All right.
You start.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? This is Roger. This is my man Austin right here with Raven 3 Home Buyers. And what we're going to be talking about right now is a manufactured home park, the mobile home park that he got in contract. Or is it in contract yet?
Yeah.
It's in contract, upstate New York, right? And we're going to go through the specifics of the deal, and you're going to find out why we're making a video for this one, because it's really that good. All right? So, Austin, why don't you walk us through why you're doing this deal and what makes this deal so good?
Yep. So before we get into it, for you guys to know about mobile home parks, it's the future. And here's the reason why is the one word, it's called affordability, right? So as things get more expensive in life, people have to cut back what they're spending. There's only a couple things you can cut back on. Cars, food, shelter. One of the reasons why we invest in shelters is because everyone needs a place to go. They need a place to sleep, they need a place to put their head down at night. Mobile home parks right now are the future, and we're investing heavily in them. This deal in particular, we love it for a couple of reasons. One, we're buying it so below replacement cost. You can't even build this thing for 1/3 of what we're paying for it, so that's a great thing. But a quick overview in the deal is, so it's 33 lots, meaning there's 33 spots you can put a mobile home. Active right now, there's only 31. So there's 31 total sites. There's 26 park owned, meaning that the residents actually own the home, and there's 5 tenant owned, where the actual us as the park owners, we own those spots. So there's a total of 31 active. There's 3 vacant pads that we have to infill and put new spots on them. And then we also have a commercial auto body right next to it. Very nice commercial auto body shop. And then we have 10 acres of land, which is a good amount of land. And it's in a great location. Right outside Syracuse, great spot.
All right, cool. So before we get ahead of everybody, really quick, all right, you said replacement cost, a bunch of things. Let's talk about the purchase price.
Yeah.
All right. What is it worth?
Mm-hmm.
And what is the contract price? What's the purchase price? What is the difference there?
Yeah. So basically, if someone had to build this right now, it would cost them a minimum of $2 million just to build it. We're acquiring it at $700,000 is our contract purchase price. Today, the value comes out to be roughly at least double that. We're projecting 1.5 to 1.7 it's worth today. Here's the reason why. And one thing I always say is numbers don't lie, people do. You know what I'm saying? So here are the numbers. We have a rent roll. So currently we're collecting roughly around $20,000 a month, meaning every month these 31 tenants pay $20,000 a month. Our expenses, we roughly have about $70,000 of expenses, give or take a couple bucks, which means our net operating income for the business is $170,000. And it's just quick math, back the number math. It's something called the cap rate for you who don't understand commercial real estate. The cap rate is basically, hey, if I paid cash for something, if Roger paid cash for this park, what would be his return if you paid all cash for it? So the cap rate in this thing, if you bought this thing all cash for $700 and you're doing $170,000 of value, the numbers are crazy. So in this case, the cap rate at a 10 cap, which means you get a 10% return on your money, which is better than the bank.
Oh, yes.
It would be a 1.7 value. So today, it's worth a minimum of 1.7, and we're paying $700.
So you basically, what he's saying right here is there's about $1 million worth of equity on the day they close the deal. On the day they acquire it, become owners, right? There's about $1 million worth of equity because the purchase price is $700,000, right? And it's worth roughly 1.7. So you just subtract it, you're left with $1 million worth of equity at the closing when you buy it. And then on top of that, we're gonna have the $20,000 a month in rent that's already coming in. It's already flowing in. You don't have to do anything for that. So it's $1 million at closing plus $20,000 per month.
And the best part of the deal is this. I left the cake for last. Is that this is really not $700,000. We have inventory. So this is our inventory. If we're running a business, right? This is our inventory. We have the legal rights. We have no debt on the park-owned homes. We could sell off at any time these park-owned homes. So if we were short on cash, whatever the case, we can sell off the inventory to either the tenants who live in there right now or to somebody else on the marketplace. It's like eBay. You can go list it on the market. Each one of these homes. Let's just say each one of these homes is worth let's say $10,000. Just be super conservative. They're probably worth double. Even at $10,000, we have close to $260,000 of inventory in our books, which means our basis would be $450,000 on 33 lots. That's doing $20,000 a month. So like, I look at a lot of deals, and I say no to most of the deals. And Roger knows this. We say most of the deals we look at, we just say no, because it doesn't make sense. this deal makes sense, it feels good. Like Grant Cardone always says, if it feels good, it feels right, there's an opportunity, we want to jump on it. So we love the opportunity.
One of the best things that I like about this deal is that when you've been in real estate long enough, right, you find out that, and even though we're not going to divulge it because we can't talk about it, right, when the best deals are the deals that have a story behind it. And this one has, it's a tragic story, which is why we're not going to talk about it, but it's why he's getting this park at such a great price. Because the owner knows what it's worth. The owner knows exactly what it's worth. He's owned it for a long time, but he just wants to wash his hands of it because of something that's going on in his life, and we cannot talk about it, but that's what's going on here. The best deals are the deals that come with a story.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
Now, you threw out a lot of language. I know the people that are already involved in real estate, you understood what he said, but for other people, let's break this down a little bit, right? 26 park-owned homes. These are mobile home parks, right? So a lot of people own their own mobile home. But in this park, right, out of the 33, the park owns the 26 mobile homes, and you're left with what, 7 that are tenant owned?
Yeah.
Right, so that means a park can do whatever they want with these mobile homes. We can keep them, you can sell them, you can do whatever you want with them, but it's heavily owned by the park instead of the tenant themselves. I just wanted to make sure that people understood that.
Yeah.
Right? What's this here?
The tenant owns. We have 26 park owned. Like Roger said, we own those homes. We have 5 tenant owned, and this is actually 2. And we have 2 vacant pads. So we have a total of 33, 31 active, 26 park owned, 5 tenant owned, and 2 vacant spots where we can bring in another home and sell it off and convert it to a tenant owned home where the residents own their home, or we can keep it as a rental. So basically, to simplify, these are rentals. These are just they own their own home. These are our rental opportunities.
Right. So this is amazing because, right, with multifamily apartment buildings, you don't have the option of selling or buying the units because you already own the building. So once the tenant moves out, the only option you have is to go in there, clean it up, paint it, fix it, and then re-rent it. Here, there's 26 park-owned homes that you get to choose what you want to do. It all depends. I mean, if the market goes up and you want to sell them, it's a beautiful thing.
God bless.
Now, he also mentioned something else that if you're in real estate, you already understand this, but he said because of these 26 park-owned homes, he said it lowers his basis.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Yeah, so basically, we essentially decide we want to convert all the park-owned homes to tenant-owned. We'd sell every one of these homes off. Either however we sell it, but this inventory is worth about $250, let's say, $10,000 a home, which is very conservative. Which meaning we'd only essentially be paying $450 for the asset because we're able to collect that in income. So our basis goes lower here. So it's a great thing, you know. And we can pay off our loan, pay down the lenders, pay back the investors. However we want to do it, it's only good news, you know.
I'm gonna translate what he just said.
Yeah.
Basis. That's just talk for lowering your taxable income.
Yep.
All right. So when you lower your basis, that means when you got to pay taxes or when you sell or anything that creates a tax event, this is going to lower the amount of taxes that you have to pay. That's all that really means for people who don't really understand basis and all that other stuff.
Yep.
Now this here is very interesting. It has a commercial auto body. So he's a tenant. He's paying $1,000 a month, and he's on the land.
He's right next to it. The owner actually had 2 different lots. But 10 years ago, he combined it to 1 lot.
Okay.
So it's right next to it, but it's beautiful. He paved it. It's beautiful, all renovated. It's really nice.
Okay. All right. 10 acres of land.
Yep. 10 acres of land we got there, yeah. And there's a potential in the future, we have a good amount of land to add more homes. Go back to the planning and zoning, the building department, say, hey, we're doing a great job here. Would you guys be open to allowing us to put more homes in the park?
So how much of the homes, how much of the land is being taken up right now?
3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
So 7 acres are vacant?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
There's a lot of opportunity here.
Okay. And you walked it? You can actually build on those 7 acres?
It's hard. It's more about will they allow you to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And the location. Where is it located?
It's located right outside Syracuse. It's about a 30-minute commute, but it's a great location. It's right next to Rome, New York, which is right next to Syracuse. And Syracuse is one of the hottest markets right now in the country. They're having a chip plant being built, a lot of jobs going there. It's very affordable. People next to colleges, like it's a very good market, and we're very bullish on it.
Yeah. You know, it's insane. It's for a lot of people, right? Like right now we're in Elmsford. I live in Yonkers, which is like 10 miles away. And it's almost impossible to buy a single family house for that price. $700,000. A single family house.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're getting 33 lots for $700,000, which is bringing in $20,000 per month.
Yep.
All right. I think we covered this.
Yep.
Let's go into the business plan.
Let's go.
All right. Now we're going to discuss the business plan. When they acquire it, what do they plan on doing with it, and where is it going to take them?
Yep. So basically, I kind of spelled it out. Most people probably heard of the BRR method. That's kind of what we're doing here because we have so much equity that we can be able to extract it from here. So basically, obviously, step one, we close, we buy the park, or we get a loan from either a local bank or a private lender, depending on how we want to structure it. We get a loan, we bring some money, we close. We own the park. Once we own it, obviously, just like any business, we want to raise income and decrease expenses. In this case, we're going to raise the rents, which increase our income, and we're going to cut expenses. How do we cut expenses? There's something called bill backs. So right now, the owner's paying for the water. We're going to do a bill back and actually put that on the tenant spot. We're going to say, hey, we're not responsible for the water, so you're the one that's living here. We're going to have you get your own water bill in your name, have separate meters in each home, and then bill them back for the water.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, why should we pay for their use, right?
Exactly.
You know.
So we'll raise the rents and cut expenses. That's step two, to increase the value of the parks. Remember, in commercial real estate, every dollar you add increases your value. In residential real estate, it's about the comps. If the house next door sold for 800, you're probably worth 800, maybe
Right.
a little more, you know?
Not in commercial.
Commercial, the building next door could be worth 400 and at the 10 family, and the one that we're buying could be worth 800 because our income's more, you know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna raise the rent and cut expenses.
What are the current rents?
About 20,000 a month.
I mean, per unit. Or is it-
20,000 divided by 33, it's like
I think you wrote it on.
$700 a month, from that range.
All right. So how much can you raise it right now? Do you
So-
think you could raise it up?
I think we can get the park going $100 per spot up, so it's $2,600 a month,
That's
and then another $25-50 to the tenant owned.
That's
Yeah.
great. All right. That's beautiful. All right.
And then basically, this step I started to add is rebrand the park. Now, most people don't talk about this, but rebranding it brings value, right?
Oh,
because
yeah.
now you're turning it from a trailer park to a community. You know what I'm saying? You're giving it a purpose. You're letting the town know, hey, we have new ownership in here. So this thing actually adds more value than people actually understand.
It's
Because
curb appeal.
yes.
It's curb appeal. Yeah.
So how do we do this? One, rebrand it, make sure everything's paved, which it already is, but clean it up, the exterior. Two, put a brand new sign in front, new ownership, nice fancy little name,
It's
phone
so
number.
easy, right?
Yep. Create a nice little website for it, so people, if they want to apply or they want to rent, they want to buy, they can do that as well. And this adds a ton of value. So we'll rebrand the park, and then step 4, basically before we refinance, is we're going to fill it to 100%. Because at that point, the bank's going to value it as a stabilized asset. We're 100% filled, which in this case, we only need to fill 2 vacant lots. So it's not going to be too much infill, you know?
Right. How long does it take to infill a lot?
If you bring the home or if you don't bring the home. If you actually bring the home in yourself and then or somebody else brings their own home.
Let's just say if someone is gonna bring their own mobile home in.
It takes probably about 2 weeks to set up the lot, a new lot, pour the elastin slab, set up the utilities, the septic, the water lines, all that's about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll fill the last 2 vacant lots, then we're at 100% occupancy, and then at that point, it's my favorite part, we call the bank back and say, hey guys, look what we did. We passed our test, you know? We filled it up, we raised rents, we cut expenses, we rebranded it, here are the updates, and the goal is to refinance and pull the equity out, right? So we're sitting with a bunch of equity now, and why sit on it? If we're paying the bank 6%, we can make more than 6%. So we want to pull that equity out.
On the cash out refinance.
On the cash out refinance, take all of our cash out, and go deploy it somewhere else.
Right. It's a beautiful thing. So you just said something here which we haven't talked about real quick, is that this is not your first mobile home park, right?
Nope.
How many mobile home parks do you own?
We're actually buying one tomorrow, so we'll be at 14. And then including with this one, we've got another 6 in contract. So we're heavily active in the space right now.
Yeah, okay. So you actively have 14 mobile home parks.
We'll be at 20 by October.
20 by October. That's a beautiful thing. That's only 3-4 months away.
Yeah.
Now, you told me that you and Jake is his brother. He's the co-owner of the company. You're licensed for mobile home parks somehow, right?
Yeah.
What kind of license do you have?
So basically, we passed the New York State dealer's license. So we're manufactured housing dealers in the state of New York. So what that means is basically we can go get from the manufacturers a wholesale pricing new homes. And why is that important? Because when you rebrand the park, you got to bring in new homes. You want to have a new feel. If there's older homes there, and you're trying to change the vibe, and you're bringing older homes, you're not changing anything. You're actually making it worse. So what we want to do is bring in the brand new ones, bring in higher class tenants. Then we'll spread out, start to spread out. You know what I'm saying?
What are some of those companies? Because I remember you showed me on the website.
Super nice, yeah.
Yeah.
One of them's called Colony. There's Champion Homes.
Colony.com?
Colony.com, yeah.
So Colony.com, I can't remember which ones it was.
Titan Homes, Champion. These are all dealers. This is where we have the license from. We can get them at wholesale pricing. Let's say Roger calls them tomorrow. Hey, I want a home. They're gonna charge Roger 90 grand. We'll get that same home for 65.
That's a beautiful.
And they finance it for us. We put no money down. So they actually will bring the home into your park, no money down. You set up the lot, and then they'll do the rest. So all you have to do is set it up, the infrastructure costs, which you have to do anyways, the water lines, utility lines, the actual pad, and then they'll bring the home in and install it, no money down. They give you a note, and you pay back within a year. But if you're going to flip it out, your new buyer just pays off the note.
Right, they pay.
It's like owner finance. It's like a no money down owner finance. It's like you buying a home with no money down owner. Who wouldn't do that, you know? And then they pay it off. It goes up to tenant-owned home. Or if you want to keep it as a park-owned, then you just pay the note off at the end of the year or whatever. Use cash from the park.
You guys have to look at these brand new mobile homes. They're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
I'm moving to one, man. I'm ready to go.
I've seen some, and online, and
Yeah.
when I was in Florida, I actually saw a couple that. Once you're inside, you cannot tell the difference between
Yeah.
that and a regular house. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, so we did the cash out refinance. Everybody gets paid back, right?
Everybody.
So this is what we need to discuss, right? Because that's what you want to know, right? If you invest some money in this park or in any deal with them, right? Where do you get paid? How do you make your money? What happens, right? So here, number 6, he says pull out all your capital, right? This is a cash out refinance. For the most part, you're gonna get back your money, right? Let's just say you invested $50,000, $100,000, $200,000. The cash out refinance, you get paid back, right? But don't forget, you're also going to be making rent money or your cash flow.
Yeah.
It's like a dividend, right? And most of the time, you guys pay what? It's quarterly, right? Just
yeah.
to make it easier.
Yeah.
You're going to get a quarterly check from the rent, right? Don't forget, equivalent to your equity position in the property, you're also going to have some tax advantages. You're going to have some write-offs, right? So if you know about real estate, then you know about, I'm losing that word.
Appreciation?
Yes, bonus depreciation. You're using bonus depreciation. Why not?
Of course, yeah.
You get depreciation, bonus depreciation. Now, you did tell me that it's a little different on the manufacturing parks, right?
Well, this one's going to be good because we actually have inventory. We have all the park-owned homes. We
Right.
have a lot of write-offs.
Insane.
Heavy write-offs.
So look at that. You get tax write-offs. You get cash flow from the rent. And once the cash out refinance happens, you should get all your money back. And in this deal, it sounds like you might be able to do 1.5 multiple on your money.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
So look at that. You put up 100, you might be able to get back 150,000. That's on top of the cash flow.
Correct.
And then you keep your money and you just reinvest it in another park with Austin and Jake. All right?
Love it. And guys, you understand that these deals, we go through 100 of these to find these. Like a lot of guys talk like these are not easy to come by. You look at so many opportunities, say no to so many of deals. When we see the right one, we pull the trigger.
Like I said, this one has a story.
Yeah.
You know?
Great story.
Most of them don't have a story. It's just, hey, we want to sell, we want the most money.
We want retail, Yeah.
This
is source off market, direct to the owner, private sale, everything low key. And like I said, to simplify everything, we're gonna buy it from here to here. Our goal is 12 months. We buy it and then refinance in 12 months. We may actually buy it on a bridge loan, like a short-term loan, just because there's so much equity. It doesn't make sense to tie it up with a bank for 5 years,
Yeah.
So we may buy it on a bridge loan, a short-term loan for a year, raise the rent, and then just refinance so the investors and everybody get their money out a lot quicker. And then we can roll that money to a new deal. It's called the velocity of money. How quick can you turn the dollar to a new dollar?
It's a beautiful thing, right?
Yep.
But this is the thing right here. $700,000 purchase price, $1.7 million valuation. It's $1 million on the day you close.
So if you have, let's say you have 10% of equity in this project, 10%, you're walking in, let's say you put up 100, you have 100,000 of equity. You just walked in and doubled your money. Now you have 100,000 of equity on obviously on the balance sheet, and you have 100,000 invested. So if we sold that tomorrow and hit the numbers, you turn your 100 to 200, and that's not including tax benefits, write-offs, appreciation, depreciation, cash flow, nothing. That's just straight up equity at the moment we close.
Absolutely.
So I love this deal.
This is great. So listen, if you have any questions, please reach out, comment, text, email, any way you want to get in contact, just reach out. We're going to do another one of these videos on another deal that you have coming up as well, right? That'll be in about a week from now. But if you have any questions on this, right, or if you just want to get involved in what Austin, Jake, and I are doing coming into the future, hit me up, give me a call, send me a text, email me, comment, however you want to do it, so that we can get you involved, so you can start making your money, make money for you.
Amen.
All right?
Amen.
Anything else you want to say?
No, guys, listen to this guy. He's going to give you the best tips on how to invest.
It was a beautiful thing. Thank you, Austin.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Okay. That was good.
It was. It really was.
Whiteboard, this is the best. Fuck the whiteboard. Use this.
Yeah, I